They got 800 points already, the Papa Boys and the Gold Guys. I'm pretty sure they're going to win some money for charity.
Absolutely, especially if they keep up that kind of momentum, of course, something that Doc knows about, but maybe they need to pay up some momentum here. As we continue on, here is Team Liquid with Wacky Jackie and Sacriel as well. What did you make of their campaign here? They played a very liquid start, so clearly our streamers are listening to the pros for this team.
I mean, honestly, I feel like they had a very good composition. They stayed in ES9 for a long time, but the way they came into the circle, they kind of lost a few players, one on rotation, and it ended up not so good. Ibiza had to run away from the house once the Ghost Guys they breached it, so he kind of had to dip out and make sure he kind of tried to salvage, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. But I still think we're going to see good things from him. The composition, their looting grounds, they have the S9 to themselves.
Yep.
And with the Ghost Guys had you know, 2 M24s, an SLR, and a Kine 88. What do you think you can get out of ES9? You could probably get 50 first aids and an AWM or something like that.
Right. Exactly, yeah. As Ghost Gaming has to be put forward, they are looting at Pachinki as well as they are in the esports scene. Yeah, a great attempt by Liquid, but it does show that, you know, Scoom's rotations, those super intelligent rotations, are indeed needed in a roster like Liquid is.
I like to take a look, because on that team at the moment, they have Wick, German, they have 2 streamers, German, and then they have Grizzly, not German. So there is that funny dynamic where right now they have to speak in English, but if Grizzly goes down, they can speak in German.
And yeah,
leg up.
They said that. So like,
if you just go where you have set locations, where you have, or any other esports where you have set locations, set strategies, and a very limited amount of vocabulary. In PUBG, it's much more complex. You have to count numbers. You have to call out numbers for the position of enemies very fast. So you basically have to think in a foreign language. You have to adjust your metering and call out to your teammates how far enemies are. You have to use all that inventory vocabulary as well. So it becomes that much more difficult to speak in a different language than your own.
Before the heart, Anocative, I guess, was doing a circle, I guess, for PUBG. I'm not sure where that was going, but regardless.
He needs circle love. So he needs some love from the circle.
Hey, Avenger, I like it, I like it. That's why you get paid the big bucks. But of course, on the other side before, we saw, you know, Viva La Dirt League as well with the Knights guys. If you've not checked out some of Viva La Dirt League's videos in terms of them running around in real life with PUBG, they did some StarCraft videos before that as well, and something a lot of our Koreans here are very familiar with, which was awesome to see them kind of rise through the ranks of video creation. That's a weird thing to say, but that's what they did.
And they came along a long way. They're coming in from New Zealand right here specifically for this event, just for charity. So further kudos to them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So coming into game number 2, gentlemen, what are you expecting? What do you want? Do you want to see more aggression? Do you want to see... Oh, Avenger, you
know what I want to see? I want to see a military circle.
Ooh.
I miss it. Yeah. I want it.
We haven't necessarily seen military.
We haven't had a military circle in the first 8 games of the 2 days.
Ah,
so 9 games without a military.
But that Kyle Aris guy, oh, watch out for him. He's a feisty individual. Oh, but no, I digress.
Yeah.
So beyond that, overall, Avenger, looking at how these teams have been able to play in game number 1, who was kind of a surprise for you coming into that? Who kind of performed where you didn't expect them to be able to, or was able to kind of really show up there in that?
I was not sure about the Knights in the Viva La Dirt League, honestly, because kind of a weird composition. Knights are very competitive. I know for a fact, you know, they are very vocal in their communication, and also I know they were tilted after yesterday. They felt they could have done better. I think they did amazing. I expect them to do great in FPP as well for tomorrow and Sunday, of course.
Yeah.
But they racked up a lot of kills. Their position was great. The composition, they were very close together, so they're able to communicate and compose the team as they do when they play the full Knights lineup. So that's kind of surprising to me. I did expect it to be kind of you just know, kind of a hit or miss, but they definitely hit this ball.
We had also Team Oscar, actually, who was comprised of Savage on that east side of Everest, being able to churn in quite a few kills, quite a few knocks, up until Gold eventually kind of wiped them out off the map. But beyond that, very impressive stuff from them, I think, as well. Thank you very much, gentlemen, as we are now ready to head to game number 2 here for the Charity Showdown for PGI 2018.
You know, I get excited when the Doc looks like he's ready to actually murder somebody that won't be himself. Like, that whole snap, like, you hope is not going to be the Doc himself. Because he did go down pretty early.
I think he's ready to murder most of the time. I think that he's, you know, a very high-energy individual, clearly. And at this stage, that was just a warm-up, as they say. And
of course.
Getting used to it, getting used to the environment, making sure your chair's the right height.
It's like, no, I got to get the advice from the pros, right? Because who's really using a K98 or like during the competitive matches? Isn't it always those minis or the SKSs coming in, like more of these like rail style guns that we've seen?
Well, in this case, it's about Flash, I think, and that's
Flash.
The Doctor disrespects
Thunder.
Shroud. Everyone is looking to hit those shots, trying their best to make a showing here, and they had a good first game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they were constantly being harassed by other teams. They got into a couple of good team fights. Sometimes you blow up your own teammate with a grenade, have to go and res them.
Oops.
Whoopsie daisies.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tough throw there.
We're just doing it for the fans. That's why we're doing this, and for the charities.
Keeping it fair.
Remember, that's what it's really all about. The extra money going to what is needed. Plane is fantastic. We've been gifted this one. It is a straight diagonal line. Everybody gets the drops they're basically looking for. This plane doesn't restrict anything. We are free fall in this one.
Easy movement, nice path through the middle of the map. It looks like we're going to get some action on the military base, and the desk just said it. We have not seen a melee circle yet, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of the same here for Team Bravo headed into Pachinki.
I would take a melee circle. I always, like, my biggest favorite ends of circle are the south and the southeast side of the military base. It's always good fun. Percentages are low, and we'll get our circle in a bit.
Here we go. Ninja grabbing that M16 on the apartments of the rooftops.
Trying to actually get a hit onto one of the big pros, Myth on the run. That's optimistic, to say the least.
At the very least.
And we're going southwest, actually, with the circle. Hello.
A little bit of a standoff here.
Yeah. OHM versus OMG. A lot of O's. And it's AK versus pistol, and they're all outside the building. And welcome to early blood once again spilt. This time it will be Linda from OMG going down.
Linda's taking a seat, and we are headed back west. And a little bit further south this time around. Water in play, Millie in play as well. But lots of open real estate in this Gatka region.
Oh. Another one to take a fall. OMG, Lion Cade's going to get that one. This is great for the Na'Vi stack under the cold sign of Lima. They are well comfortable in this circle, and all they got to do is just stick together, but it's going to be a little bit more of a different play than they normally do. Normally, Na'Vi do this 2-2 split, but maybe they stick together a little bit closer this time around.
So the one team that did not have a good round last time was Wacky Jackie and Team Liquid, as well as Sacriel.
Weren't they meant to be the greatest?
Yeah.
I remember you saying, Moses, Wacky Jackie is going to be the greatest.
It's, you know, he's an excellent player in his own right, but this is the first time in it. I mean, for most of these players in an arena environment of this kind, and for Wacky Jackie, it's no longer on the ladder, but he is playing with some extremely talented pros. Team Liquid taking second place in their essentially foreign turf on third-person perspective.
Yep.
And Beast has said last night at dinner that Wacky Jackie's great because he listens, and that's something that is an important aspect of learning the pro meta, which is exactly what they're playing. It's the same type of settings, and for the most of these guys, it's their first exposure to that.
It's like, hey guys, can you just like follow exactly what I say? Yes? Oh, brilliant. Teamwork.
Yeah.
Isn't this a beautiful thing in a computer game when you can actually function as a squad?
No toxicity from Wacky Jackie. That's not happening there. But
you need our voice lines to spam out inside the game. It's like I do not understand. I do not understand every single command that comes my way. As looks like Mumino is on the run as Chiefs off around the corner, and Larson gets executed.
Vard's there to support, but that was kind of an ambush.
Yeah, that's the Straya trap right there.
The plane path was not good for this Georgia Pole loot area, so Vard and WTSG very underlooted. Critical getting the jump on Larson.
Man, even in the charity game, it's like WTSG cannot have South George to themselves.
It must be in their in the contract within the team is that they can only loot one spot, but it did take them a long time to get up there.
Critical's checking the corners. He's trying to get Vard, who's one floor up right now. He's got the penthouse view. Edge will come as well. They'll need two if they're going to try and just rush Vard. And I think Vard wants some help, but there's no weapon on his help. So there it is. Critical gets hit. He'll be running back down the stairs, but Vard's so low on life, and here comes Ed to finish the job, or will he? He will. It's Vard, knocked down. The revive is there, and WTSG, goodbye.
That's both pros going down and out.
Yep.
So they do have some teammates left, but now it's going to be up to their influencer friends to continue their trek forward.
Never count out an influencer. They're crazy, they're unpredictable, they push when they should fold.
Well, they're going to be all alone for now. CGX in the Georgia Pole region as well.
Your favorite gun, the Vector.
The old Vector guy.
Yeah.
Always finds you somewhere.
It's a shame the MG49 doesn't drop for you as well.
Yeah, always a Vector guy in a bush somewhere, ready to spring up at any moment.
Yeah, it's like, and without the extended quick draw, we'll still be able to nail you. It's like, oh, damn it. Oh, it's like the rest of Delta just wants to run the hell out of here. Looks like Deroli actually got knocked. Mumino dies to Myth, as well as himself falling over. But they're coming in to try and mop up the remainder of call sign Mike.
Not looking good. LaFloyd. The Floyd, for those of you who don't speak French.
LaFloyd? The Floyd. I do not. I'm an uncultured Australian swine. I'm sorry. At least looks like Critical's got his number.
He's got a pistol, though. I mean, it's looking really good for him.
Pistol versus Scar. I wonder who comes out on top of that battle.
We'll find out.
If it's a Deagle,
well,
just pop him. Critical. Hey, first person perspective, going to LaFloyd. What's he doing? No, he's running towards it. That's called dying with style.
Bold move. Really bold.
Yeah, well, that's the first team out now. We're down to 19 teams.
Well, that's that, I guess.
Yeah. The circle will come in 6 seconds time, so we will have to start pulling all these teams in from the northeast.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams actually outside the play zone right now, and that rotation phase is going to start to occur. Ninja and company already on their way, a little bit closer to Pachinki, but it looks like we do have a 3-team stack around this area. It's Viva La Dirt League.
I thought they covered this in their videos. Don't run by yourself through an open field with no cover.
We were actually sat up in the lounge yesterday, and I did recognize, I was one of those situations where like, I know you from somewhere, but where is it? But their videos are hilarious. And now with the Knights, they do have a pair of very high-level fraggers. See if they can keep some momentum going here, but I'm interested to see.
They're just two-wheeling this?
Yeah, they're going for it.
It's now driving with style. Everything style points here.
That momentum, soon that long drift. Refund on the way.
Yeah, everyone's going to start to make their fast move. Surprisingly, too, like we've seen it through the first 2 days where it's that quick push to get inside the circle. Everyone's a little bit slower when it comes to the first person and also the charity rounds.
For Shroud and Doc and everyone in Pachinki, they have had this really long opportunity to lose.
No one saw that, Funky. No one at all saw. We all saw.
Driving is hard. Lots of time in Pachinki to loot up for Doc and Shroud and Team Ghost, so they should be well equipped, something we did not see from the teams that had a longer path to get into the zone. So now they're going to have to decide, do they want to stay in Pachinki or move away? It looks like they do have a scout out in the middle of the map right now. I imagine that's one of the Ghost players.
There is Team Gates, Mossy, and Mortify there, ready to not just knock him, but to totally kill him.
That's Ninja Squad. For those of you watching at home, Sierra is the squad with Ninja, Josh, OG, and Team Gates. And it is going to be Bravo with Shroud, Doc, and Team Ghost. So Sierra getting involved here early. That Pachinki region starting to heat up.
Now, I like how Team Hotel is the one who has the broken down building. Like this is like maybe what, the parking garage of the hotel.
It's a 1-star hotel in this case.
I'm sorry, couldn't afford anything better for them. As what the hell was that jumping from golf? Coming into the yellow, that's what Sierra is looking down onto.
Would be right up his alley. Not a ton of meds. He does have those 25 bandages, but that SLR is a good choice for him. Easy DMR action. He does have a little bit of a line of sight. Can't see anything, but he is looking that way. Very stylish.
Everyone's on the move. Sierra, the quick ride by. Wilrex gets knocked off the bike. So does Ragnar. And, well, they had such a great time sitting on the mountain, but it seems when they come down from their perch, it's a little bit rougher.
That's like another gate camp or gatekeep here from this squad who's been picking up vehicles left, right, and center. Speaking of which, Inuctive trying to get some shots onto Avangar, or sorry, excuse me, that's Na'Vi, I think, moving around behind them. Or the Knights.
And buy space for Voxic to get himself inside one of the shacks and just hide up and med up. He already lost his own teammate in Texas. It's his style.
Still looting, unfortunately, for Delta. A little bit of a slow start, still holding on to that South George region.
Like, is 90 bullets enough with your AK to get through this? Probably not.
Well, we talked about this yesterday and through the tournament so far as the preference for players to grab more grenades and meds than ammo makes more sense in pro play, but here I think it's going to be a little bit more ammo.
Bravo has just got himself in an interesting spot. Shroud's just pulling out the VSS to go for his attack. And it's Philippin who gets knocked out. Ghost is going for the full push to take the hill. I don't think there's a lot of help.
Shroud going full meme here. The VSS better left unused, but for now it looks like he's going to be putting it to use.
Yep, Quest is on the full run. I don't think they want any kind of part of this.
Oh, the extended mag as well. He's going all in.
Looking for a hit over the trees. McCoy will be able to connect as Quest run back. Being nipped at their heels and even clipped like Achilles. The circle is almost at the end.
Shroud clearly taking it easy on the competition, opting for the VSS.
What is Ben doing all the way up on the northeast by himself at the blue?
Avangar is in trouble here. It's a full press by Ghost and Shroud. That VSS just spraying into it, nothing landing.
Yeah, it's McCoy who does it.
As per usual with the VSS, but at least he's got it. Not sure what the secondary is, but he's got something going here.
Even if it does land, just sitting there going, well, what's this really, like, are the bullets really worth it? Looks like we got ourselves a potential bridge hold. No one is on that military island to hold. Everyone has moved to the northern side of it. But we have shifted hard southeast with the circle, and that's what Rowan's doing. He is
high-level strats.
This is meds, energy drinks, and a prayer.
Yeah, he's going for the very
he's got the
extreme micro Uzi level 1 helmet naked strat.
That's the it's the Die Hard strat, right? I got that taped on with Christmas tape. Dick Inception's trying to control the ridge line, the highest western point that you can probably take.
Go to.
He's lost a wheel. He's lost the front left, but he's still got enough momentum to get in closer. But Hotel, they're finally set up, and you've got to pay. Oh, you do not get to pass go.
He was very committed to driving and dying there. He was like, I want to be blown up, and I'm going to make sure that happens by driving right at this squad.
Into cover, the remaining members of Quest. It's Charlie, you have that western side of the hill in the zone. And I'll look over to your favorite team. There's Wacky Jackie making a bit of a run. He is scouted out in the vehicles as well.
Checking his spray patterns, making sure that everything's working as it should be.
November's out as Lion K is finished off.
Here comes Chiefs, finally leaving South George.
Delta have finally finished their loot.
Looks like they're going to be making their way all the way down.
Roman's just in the grass next to Pachinki.
Well, the channel is going to make this issue, like this issue with the map, the way it's set up with this circle, is that channel between the military island and the main island is taking away a ton of usable space. So that northwestern side is going to be a lot of pressure. You can Wacky Jackie and company have a better spot, but here comes Rowan sneaking his way.
Yeah. He blends.
He's trying to do his best tree impression here.
You also got to remember he's in first person while he's down on the ground. We're watching him in third person. All he's seeing right now is grass and hearing things moving.
Yeah, he can't see anything, so he'll just be prone and looking around. Eureka from Cloud9, getting some pressure here.
Actually getting knocked down. Molodoy's moved forward. Same with Ubar, and they had
Broadcast Royale tournament, and he did do very well for himself. So being paired with Na'Vi, I think, is a good choice for them.
Shroud.
Uh-oh, here we
Looking
go.
to actually come up.
ESS time.
Yep, looking for an easy target. Wait, did he look around? Oh, yeah, he saw him. He saw Nemesis just at the last point.
Oh, he's got a flank on him.
So low on life. Shroud's in retreat, and support is arriving.
Balak there, holding for the AK. Shroud going for the med.
Golf is pushing.
They're going for it.
Shroud is down on the hillside.
Open.
He needs to open up, and they're going to finish. Shroud, they actually end him! The manners is there. Balak couldn't do enough. The Doc and McCoy